Let me introduce you to a family. Mark is 34 years old and works as a project manager, earning $82,000 a year. His wife, Sarah, is a registered nurse making about $76,000. Together, they bring home over $158,000 a year. On paper, they're doing everything right. They both have stable careers. They own a home. They drive reliable cars. They have health insurance. They don't gamble. They don't buy luxury watches. They don't fly first class. From the outside, they look like they're winning. But last winter, their furnace broke. The repair bill was just over $4,800. They didn't have enough cash, so they put it on a credit card. Today, they're still paying interest on that repair. How is that possible? How can a family earning nearly $160,000 a year struggle with a bill that costs less than $5,000? If you've ever looked at your paycheck and wondered, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Because the biggest financial problem facing millions of Americans isn't low income. It's something much deeper, and once you see it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Income and wealth are not the same thing. A person earning $300,000 can be financially stressed. Another person earning $70,000 can sleep peacefully every night because income tells you how much money comes in. Wealth tells you how long you can survive if that income disappears. That's a huge difference. Imagine two neighbors. Both earn exactly $120,000. Neighbor A spends almost every dollar. Big mortgage, 2 car payments, credit card debt, expensive vacations financed over time. If they lose their job, they're in trouble within weeks. Now look at neighbor B. Smaller house, used cars, emergency fund, retirement investments. Almost no debt. If they lose their job, they could survive for months. Same income, completely different financial lives. The paycheck wasn't the difference. The margin was. Most people think becoming wealthier automatically solves money problems. But something strange happens when income increases. Expenses often increase even faster. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. You get promoted. Suddenly the old apartment doesn't feel good enough. The old car feels outdated. Vacations become more expensive. Dinner goes from cooking at home to to ordering delivery 3 nights a week. None of these decisions seem huge individually. But together, they quietly consume every raise you ever receive. Before long, you're earning twice as much as you did 5 years ago. Yet somehow, you don't feel twice as wealthy. Imagine you're on a treadmill. Every time you speed up, someone increases the treadmill speed even more. That's what modern life feels like for many households. Housing costs have climbed dramatically. Healthcare continues getting more expensive. Insurance premiums rise. Groceries cost more. Childcare can cost thousands of dollars every month. College tuition keeps climbing. The paycheck gets bigger. But so do the bills. Many families aren't chasing luxury. They're simply trying to maintain what used to be considered an ordinary middle-class life. Here's where the real problem begins. Most families don't budget using today's income. They budget using the assumption that tomorrow will look exactly like today. The mortgage assumes both salaries continue. The car payment assumes both jobs remain secure. The daycare bill assumes nobody gets sick. The entire financial system quietly depends on everything going perfectly. But life rarely goes perfectly. Layoffs happen. Health problems happen. Family emergencies happen. And when they do, the entire structure suddenly feels fragile. Not because people were irresponsible, but because they had no room for error. Here's something fascinating. Humans adjust incredibly quickly. Research consistently shows that after getting a raise, people often feel happier for only a short period. Soon, the higher income becomes normal. The new lifestyle becomes normal. The bigger house becomes normal. Then the cycle starts again. We chase another raise, not because we're unhappy, but because we've adapted to our current life. It's called the hedonic treadmill. And millions of people spend decades running on it, without ever feeling like they've arrived. Here's the secret wealthy families understand. Wealth isn't created by spending what's left over. It's created by deciding what never gets spent in the first place. Every paycheck should have a job. Some pays today's bills. Some protects tomorrow through an emergency fund. Some gets invested for the future. Over time, those investments begin producing income of their own. Eventually, Your money starts working even when you aren't. That's when financial freedom begins. Not because you became rich overnight, but because you slowly reduced your dependence on every single paycheck. If you feel like you're making good money, but still feel financially stressed, don't automatically assume you're failing. Take a step back. Look at your fixed expenses. Look at your financial flexibility. Ask yourself one simple question. If my income stopped tomorrow, how long could my current lifestyle survive? The answer to that question tells you far more about your financial health than your salary ever will. Because income creates opportunity, but flexibility creates security. And in today's economy, security may be the most valuable asset of all. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more videos that challenge the way people think about money, investing, and building long-term wealth, consider subscribing. Because understanding money isn't about getting lucky. It's about seeing the rules that most people never notice until it's too late.